Why you should look at every single transaction on your bank statements and credit card statements. Hey there, it's Eric J. Olson. Just yesterday, finally, after putting it off for 2 or 3 weeks, I opened up all of my credit card statements and all of my bank statements that had come in the last, 2 to 3 or 4 weeks. And I looked through every single transaction. I have been doing this from the first day that I started my own business. And at this point, I don't run the books anymore. We have Katya, we have Marsha, they run the books, and it's a tremendous relief to have them running the books. But I still receive those statements and I look at them every single month. And I do this for a couple of reasons. One is, first and foremost, let me say that I trust Katya and I trust Marsha tremendously. They have access to a lot of information, a lot of accounts, and I wouldn't allow them to have that access unless I trusted them. There's a very high degree of trust. But I have also heard from just too many business owners the horror stories of them walking away from the finances and getting completely ripped off by bookkeepers, by accountants, by just anyone who had the ability to touch the money. And so I still keep a lot of controls on there. And I check the statements, frankly, to verify that what I'm seeing in our internal reports is what I'm seeing in those external statements. So it's, that part is trust but verify. It's a very healthy thing to trust but verify and let the person know. I make no secrets of it. This podcast is an example. It's going to be on the public record forever. I trust them, but I'm going to verify as well. So I keep my eye on the statements to make sure that there's just nothing going on that you know raises any alarm bells, or I should say raises flags or sounds off alarm bells. There's no red flags in there. Now, also the reason that I do it is because I'm looking for transactions that have occurred that probably no one else will even know wasn't supposed to happen. And what I mean by that is, as a someone that's doing bookkeeping, they'll download the transactions from the bank and then they'll just make sure that it's categorized. So if they see something, they'll just categorize it in whatever category makes sense. But it doesn't mean that it was the correct charge. So just as an example, maybe I bought something on Amazon for $30, but it came across as $3,000. All right. Now that's never happened. I doubt Amazon would make that mistake. It's an example of where something is clearly the wrong amount. Or there could be a charge from a company that wasn't supposed to charge us. It could be from a vendor that we had 2 years ago and they charged us. Someone like our bookkeepers, Katya and Marsha, they may not realize that. They may see that we've paid this person before and they just categorize it the way they used to. But I'll know because I'm just more involved in the operations that, hey, we're not doing business with this company anymore. Why are they charging us $50 or $500 or whatever it is? Also, there are times where I expect a charge and I don't see it, right? So if we, as an example, hire a vendor or we hire, we partner with someone and they still haven't charged us, that will raise a red flag if I don't see it on the statements. There's other reasons. We have a lot of services here and a lot of things that we pay for, third-party services, plugins, and companies that help us, subcontractors, stuff like that. And I want to see if we're still getting charged for this thing. So as an example, just yesterday, I there was a charge. It was only $2.99, and it was for something for me that I've used for social media and I've used it in the past, but I just don't use it anymore. And for the last couple of months, I'm like, I gotta cancel it. I gotta cancel it. It's only $2.99. Big deal, right? But look, you need to cancel those things because if you're not using them, you're just wasting your money. So yes, in this case, it was only $3. Big deal. It's not going to ruin us. But I think a lot of companies, they're like, well, it's not even worth my time to like try to figure out how to cancel this $3 thing and this $10 thing and this $30 thing and this other $7 thing and this other thing that's 47 bucks. And before you know it, you are wasting hundreds of dollars a month. Frankly, I'd rather have those hundreds of dollars in my pocket or in the bank account of the company. So I'm not down with wasting money. I will spend lavishly when we need something, but when we don't, I will cut it ruthlessly. So, yeah, I took the 3 minutes to figure out how to deactivate my account so we won't get charged $2.99 in the future. Small amount of money, but it's worth the exercise. So, there's a lot of reasons that you should be looking at every single transaction in your bank statement and your credit card statement. And if you're not, and someone else is handling your finances, you really need to be prudent about it and start checking and double checking those things yourself. Hey there, it's Erik J. Olson. I wanted to let you know about my book, $1 Million Journey: How to Launch a Seven-Figure Business. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing $1 million business. It took me 8 years and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways, 5 to 15 takeaways that you can apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1 Million Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.